Hi there everybody and welcome back to the Blossom Crochet channel. My name is Rebecca, and if this is your first time visiting, then just click that subscribe button and the bell for notifications, and that way you'll keep up to date with all of my tutorials. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to add a border to a star blanket. Now, I get asked all the time whenever I make a star blanket, what border do I use? And to be honest, I use this border probably 90% of the time. I have used others, but I do tend to go back to this one time and time again, just because it's easy, it's quick, but gives a really nice finish. You can obviously use any border really with a star blanket, but you do just have to be careful not to make it ripple if you're adding stitches and things like that. So this one is a really simple one. I'm just going to hold it up for you to see a little bit closer. So basically all we're doing is adding a final round with a little bit of texture, as you can see here with these ridges, and then a very final round of lacy stitches just to really finish it off nicely. So I'll just show you very quickly the yarn labels for what I have used. I used King Cole Beaches DK in the shade Beaches and Cream. I will leave a link in the description where you can find it. In this massive blanket I've actually used 3.5 balls of it. I know it sounds weird to use a half ball, but I was gifted it by my mum, who didn't want it to go to waste after a project that she had made, so I just added that into mine. But it's 3.5 balls, but obviously you could just use 3 and it wouldn't be that much different in size. And then for the border, I have used King Cole Paradise Beaches DK, which is their accompanying DK in solid colours, which works really nicely. And this is the one that is called Pink Gin. Okay, so you want to start with a slip knot on your hook. And then you're going to start in one of your peaks. So any peak, it doesn't matter at all, you can just pick whichever one you want to go from. And at this point you do just need to double check, obviously, because you have 2 rounds where you have 4 trebles in your peak, and then you have a round where you only have 2 trebles in your peak, sorry. So obviously my last round that I did was one where we only have the 2 trebles, but if you need to carry on the pattern as if you were just working it normally. So if it's due to be the one where you've only got 2 trebles in your peak, then you'll do that. But if it's the one where you're due to have the 2 rows where you've got 4 rows of trebles, then obviously you'll do 4. So whatever you need to do. So we're going to start with trebles. So we are going to yarn over your hook and just hold with your finger. Insert your hook into your chain 2 space, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that is your standing treble. So obviously I'm at the point where I need to have 4 trebles in my corner space, but I'm only going to do the first half of this corner space. So I'm going to do 1 more treble into this corner space. But remember, if you're at the point in the pattern where you're on the row where you only do the 2 trebles, then please only do the 2 trebles. So that is the first half of our corner space complete. And then to create that lovely ridge, we are going to be doing back post double trebles. So back post double trebles, or back post trebles in the US. So yarn over your hook twice, and then you'll go around the back of your work and come out in front of your treble from the last round, and back out on the other side of that treble. Yarn over and pull up, and you'll have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the final 2. And we're going to work that all the way down the side. So again, yarn over twice, go around the back of your work, insert your hook and go over the front of the next treble and then back out the other side. So you can see you're pushing that treble to the back. Yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you can see we're starting to get that ridge already where we've pushed those stitches forwards. I'll show you one last time. Yarn over twice, go around the back of your work and come up and go over the top of the next treble and back out at the back. Yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So if you work that now down to the second to last treble, so you can see we've got our dip here, so we're going to work to the second to last treble, and I will meet you in just a tick. Okay, so I've worked my back post double treble around the second to last treble from the previous row. So as we've done in the rest of the pattern before, we will skip the next 2 trebles, so your final treble on the down and the first treble going back up, and you will work around the next one. So you'll skip the last and the first and work around the next one. So yarn over twice and back post double treble in exactly the same way, and then you're ready to work back up. And then obviously you'll do this around each treble going up to your corner space, and then, sorry, it's not a corner space, but up to your peak, and I will meet you at the chain 2 space in just a minute and we will work that together. So now I'm at the peak. Make sure you work around that very final treble. And again, at this point for your peak, follow the pattern as before, as to whether you need 2 trebles or 4 trebles in your chain 2 space. So we're just going to work regular trebles. We're not going to be doing double trebles, just normal trebles. Or if you're in the US, then obviously these are your doubles. So just 1 yarn over into your chain 2 space, complete either your 1 or 2 trebles, whatever point you're at in the pattern. Repeat, chain 2 again, and then back into the chain 2 space, 2 more trebles, or 1 obviously, depending. So 2 more trebles back into the chain space, and then you're ready to continue back down and back up again, doing your back post double trebles all the way around. So you should be able to continue that now. Obviously pause or rewind if you need to, but that is how you should be looking at this point. You should have this nice textured ridge that you can see, which just gives a nice little bit of texture and definition to your finished piece. And if you work that now, I will meet you back where we started and we will finish off this round, and then we'll move on to the very final round together. So I've gone all the way around my piece now doing that same pattern, and we're back at the peak where we started from. So we've already done the first half of the peak, so we just need to finish off by doing either your 1 or 2 trebles depending on your point in your pattern. So I'm doing 2, you'll then chain 2, and you want to slip stitch to the top of that very first treble that we did, which is your standing treble. So you'll insert your hook and then yarn over and pull through both of those loops on your hook. So that is your first round of your border complete. Let me just move this up so that we can have a little look. So that is how you should be looking. You should have this beautiful ridge that you can see all the way around, which just gives it a nice little bit of texture. So you can see there, it looks really nice. And you've got those lovely stitches that are raised up, and it just looks really pretty. So for the final part of the blanket, and then I'm going to turn my work around. So excuse me, but it's such a big blanket. Okay, so I've turned, so you can see now we are right next to this chain 2 space, so you want to slip stitch into there. So insert your hook and slip stitch, and I'm going to do a chain of 4, and that is going to count as 1 UK double or US single, and then 3 chain stitches. And then back into this same chain 2 space, I'm going to do a UK double. So insert your hook, yarn over and pull up. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both. Chain 3. You're then going to skip the top of the first treble, and you're going to do a double into the next. So skip 1 and double. So obviously in the US these are your single. So yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 3, skip 1 and double. So insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 3, skip 1 and double. And you're going to continue that all the way to the dip, which is where I shall meet you in just a second. So when you get to your corner space, you will carry on the pattern. You're literally not going to change anything. You'll chain 3, skip 1, double crochet, chain 3, skip 1 and double crochet. So it doesn't matter particularly at this point about skipping trebles at the base or anything like that, because it's just a simple round of a frill. So obviously then you'll continue the same thing up the other side until you get to your peak again. So when you get to your peak, you'll just double crochet and then double crochet, chain 3 and double crochet back into the chain 2 space, chain 3, skip 1 and continue. So you should be able now to work that all the way around, and I will meet you as you come to close off with this round. And back round where we started from now, I've done my final double crochet and chain 3. I'm going to skip this last one here, and then if you remember we did the chain 4 at the beginning, so it was the 3 chains and the first one counts as your double crochet, so this one just here. So you want to insert your hook into that first chain and slip stitch, so yarn over, pull through both, do a chain 1 and then snip off, but obviously leave yourself a decent length tail to weave in, and then just slide, pull your hook out and then tighten up. So I'm going to flip this back around now. So there you have your completed border. So that is how you should be looking. So it's a really simple, sweet and effective border, and I really like how it just finishes off the star nicely. Obviously this is such a huge blanket, I can't get it all in shot at once, but I will give it a go. So this on my tripod is about as much as I can get in shot in one go, but you can see it's just a really nice delicate edge for your blanket, and I really hope that you've enjoyed the tutorial, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.